Good evening, everyone. I'm going to be doing two videos tonight. One kind of fun, this one, and another for the rules thing if I don't pass out. I'm not feeling all that good right now. Just tired. It's like 11:52 p.m. right now. So, there was a interaction I had in some Facebook comments just now, today. Um, I was in the middle of walking to something and kind of had a flippant remark and the back and forth, and I kind of want to make a video out of it. I don't know if it's really gonna translate to anything watchable here, but I'll try. But first, I have to briefly explain a weird family tradition that the progeny of Carrie and Carol Jensen have, as it were. Um, back when the sons and daughter of Carol were very young, very young. I was from the years I was about, say, one of the 3 or 4 to approaching 9. Those years, so late 80s into the mid 90s. There, my my parents were not of any great means, like, at all. I mean, I was born to them as they were two Boise State students, as I tell the story, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned by now that I'm the fourth of 5 kids here, right? So at the time, so we there's this tradition that we comes from those days. We call classic spaghetti now, where is like literally the dirt cheapest spaghetti meal that we can make, like from like the little seasoning packets and some ground beef and a little bit of tomato sauce and strange choice of cheeses and whatnot. And we have to drink some Kool-Aid, and later we have a big cut up pan cookie. And so that's why I kind of and so we did this in a recent Sunday, just to remember a lot of good old times, much more simple times when we were all stuffed in student apartments, but we were happy. Anyway, so along with that, though, I have to introduce another. Oh, I have something in my notes here that I just won't be able to do. It says pull up the fragment of the bad Trent Clark interview where he says says things about knowing what a good cookie is and balloons blowing up and whatnot. Well, that's going to become relevant here in a moment. But and see, this is not a well organized video. So I have another note here in this video thing that mocking bad ideas is imperative, especially when such bad ideas are clearly expressed in bad faith. Well, that explains a lot of what Trent Clark's been doing in recent years. But anyway, so I was so I was recently sharing a memory from about a year ago on Facebook, where it was primary election night at the Riverside down in Garden City, right? There's always a IDGOP gathering there, and there's always like a big ballroom thing and a stage area, and there's multiple media in the room and a bunch of tables and whatnot. And so really early on in the night, Tom and I are always screwing around anyway. So I get up on I get up on that stage to the podium, and I start with one hand. I'm just banging on the podium with my fist, and in the other hand, I'm holding a balloon to pop it up. And the caption I later give this is, "Here I am at the Riverside Hotel, demonstrating the proper procedures for being a precinct committeeman." Making fun of the very, very obvious bad take, bad position, and bad idea that Trent Clark was expressing a little bit before. So, what was it? Okay, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm remembering it wrong, so I'm getting my iPad out here. I'm way too attached to this thing, and Beverly up in North Idaho. Hi, Beverly. She reposts the memory that I have, I have of it, and she's saying, remember when Trent Clark said that the job of precinct committeeman was to bake cookies and blow up balloons? Lol. Matthew is hilarious. Well, I guess I'm kind of funny. Kind of, Matthew's giving us instruction here on how to be a good precinct committeeman according to Trent Clark. And none other than Dar Moon comes in right under this, and he says, but can you bake cookies? And there's a couple of a couple of comments, including Beverly. She says we should start a a fan club and whatnot. Yay, I agree. Says Terry Seymour. And so I come in with the pan cookie recipe, that I used for classic spaghetti just a little bit ago. And so that's the reason why I had it ready just in my notes. And I first start with a pan cookie recipe blatantly stolen from Nestle Toll House, because it is blatantly stolen. I just had to rewrite it because the way it's on the package and on the website, it doesn't make complete sense. It's not completely linear, so I have to rewrite it so that it's in order how you would actually prepare and bake the pan cookie. And I said 2 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 cup. That's 2 sticks, and you have to let them soften too. That's a very big part of it. So it's 1 cup, 2 sticks of butter softened. So it takes a little bit more time than you're expecting. But anyway, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 3/4 cup packed brown sugar. And that's kind of important. You can't just have a lot more sugar. No, it has to be that. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. Now, I always put a little bit more so that the physics of the matter. Anyway, 2 large eggs, 2 cups chocolate chips, and that's actually usually 1 cup chocolate chips, and then the other cup is butterscotch if I can find it in the freezer. Sometimes I can't, but whatever. And then 1 cup chopped nuts. I usually don't put in the nuts myself, but it's not because I'm allergic or anything, but it's just we never had nuts, when we were all little, and so I never put that in. So, and preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease the pan, the 15 by 10 inch pan or a cake pan if you like. Combine flour, baking soda, and salt into small-ish bowl. It says small fish bowl because it's a typo, but I haven't corrected it yet. Beat butter, both sugars and vanilla extract into in a large mixer bowl. It works better when there's 2 beaters on the electric beater, but not just 1. You could also use, although this seems a bit like kind of a waste to do it in your KitchenAid type one, because that seems like overkill. But anyway. But yeah, you do it and you beat in the butter, both sugars, vanilla extract into the large mixer bowl. Add eggs 1 at a time, and be sure to mix them well in between additions. They're serious about that. Gradually mix in flour mixture, stir in chips, nuts, and anything else. Now, here's the important part: how it all comes together. Next in the recipe that I write here in the comment. Bake for 20 to 25 minutes or until golden brown. Immediately file a grievance with the state chairwoman because they're taking too long to bake. Appeal whatever the response is to the executive committee. Spend all of your money suing the state party when you're laughed out of the room. Call everyone a Nazi when that fails. Sit down and enjoy the cookies. And so, it's literally a thing, interaction I'm having here. And Dar comes in with, wow, I see PC of the Year award in your future. And I'm like, no. And this is legitimately a conversation I've had with Dorothy Moon already, where I asked her, please don't do that to me, because I have a problem with a lot of the people that are on that wall of plaques, such as Jerry Jones, Victor Miller, Trent Clark, Tom Luna. Um, there are a lot of really bad people that are actually on the whose names are on that plaque. Like, there was a recent year, in fact, we considered writing a resolution directing the state court, the state party headquarters, to remove those names off of the plaques. You know, some of these names are actually kind of that bad. Like, in a modern context, they don't fit. But yeah, I think that's really all I had for this video, is just explain that whole thing and then retell the joke about following a cookie recipe and accidentally file a grievance with the state chairwoman. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the rules packet tonight. I'm definitely only doing the rules packet. I'm not doing the resolutions packet tonight. I'm already feeling tired as it is. It is currently 12:03 a.m. now, so it's now Friday for me. Y'all have a good night. Blessings.